Hi guys, I'm finally back on here. I apologize for not getting back to you guys. I was so overwhelmed. Let me say, first of all, before I get into anything else, thank you guys so much for all the sweet comments on that last video. The response has been crazy on there. Like, the messages I've been getting, the comments I've been getting. You guys just, I was reading them and I just wanted to take some time and, digest how cute you guys all are and how supportive you guys are that before I commented back on everybody. So I'm trying to do that tonight when I have a little bit of time to actually sit down and reply to each and every one of you. It's been crazy to see how many people actually care. And it's been such a great feeling to know that I'm not the only one going through this. And like I already said in my last video, I know I'm not. I know there's tons of you that feel that way. I've had a couple of people that actually filmed videos shortly after mine, and they finally got the courage to talk about it as well and not let it eat them up inside. Just yesterday, my good friend Emily posted her video. I'll link her channel down below. She was so sweet, finally opening up in her video and explaining how she was feeling the same way that I just explained in the last video for so long, but she never had the guts to come out and say anything either. So I'm glad that I helped a couple of you guys. I'm glad that so many of you helped me. It is still a hard time for me because nothing's really changed too much. I'm still waiting. Today is cycle day 21 for me, but my temperature, my charts still have been way off because I haven't gotten too much sleep. I'm trying so hard to get at least 3 solid hours of sleep before I take my temp. But like I said, it has to be now that I start. Next cycle, I gotta start this late. Next cycle, I might start, when I go to bed at 9 o'clock and then set an alarm for midnight. Because I usually don't wake up in between then unless it's something horrible is going on. So usually when I fall asleep pretty good, which means I'm going to take forever to fall back asleep when I wake up at midnight for that alarm. But just for my temping reasons, I think it might be a good idea to be more solid next time. If I'm even going to be temping. But I'll get into that later. So my temperatures have been last week, I think it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I had 3 days in a row, and I'm not kidding you, the exact same temperature. And you know the BBT thermometers are point dot dot, so you have 2 decimals after. So it's pretty precise, and they were the exact same for 3 days in a row, and it was insane. I literally thought I was Googling stuff because when I put it into my fertility friend, even fertility friend sent me a message saying, Kate, something is up. Usually you don't, no one ever has 3 temperatures the exact same. Something even if it's just a 0.01 difference up or down. So fertility friend figured that my thermometer was broke. I was like, I just bought it. I haven't even been using it for 2 weeks. Well, maybe just about 2 weeks. So the third morning that I had with the same temp, I was like, oh, something's wrong. So I literally just held it in my hand and put it in a fist to try and see what it would do then, if it would still read the same temp. But it was a different one, so I was like, okay, so it's not my thermometer. My thermometer's not broke. It must just be my lack of sleep. So the last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday must have been the same exact amount of horrible sleeping. So then from Saturday to Sunday, Matt was home again on the weekend, and Saturday he was snoring so bad. It was awful. I just remember punching him the whole time, telling him to turn around to wake up because I was exhausted. So from Saturday to Sunday, I gave him some nasal spray because we're trying to figure out whether or not it's something in his throat, or if it's just congestion or allergies or something, something in his nose that makes him snore. So Saturday night, I gave him some nasal spray to get rid of the congestion that he usually, he always has a runny nose, it's always clogged, it's a mess. So we tried that. So Sunday night, I slept amazing because I think I woke up once really early to go to the bathroom, but Matt didn't snore, so I got right back to sleep. he didn't wake me up at 4 again because he didn't have to go to work. So I think I literally slept like all the way from 5. I think that's a lot. No, not even. I think like 3 even. From 3 all the way till like 7 or 8 in the morning. So I got a good solid hour of sleep on Sunday. And lo and behold, when I took my temperature right after, it was like up. Like way up. It spiked way up. And, well, not like horrible like difference, but I went from like 97.4, 6s around there to like 98.3 or something. So it was a good spike. But then yesterday morning, again, Matt had to get up. It took me forever to fall back asleep. The dog was bugging me, so by the time I took my temperature again, around the same time like always, I barely had like a solid amount of sleep. My temperature didn't go as far down as it did before, but it did go down a little bit, and then this morning it went a little bit higher than what it was yesterday, but still nowhere near as high, because once again, Matt got up and I couldn't sleep. So, to me, I'm kind of like confused all over again, because now I thought like the whole last week and the point of that last video was I didn't ovulate. I don't know, I didn't think the Femera worked, like I had no clue what was going on. So now that on Sunday I actually got a solid amount of sleep and my temperature was as high as like last time when I ovulated, like in that range, it makes me wonder whether or not my temperatures would be that high if I got the solid amount of sleep. And if that one temperature that literally like with a good solid sleep that showed me that it was really high, does that mean that I did ovulate and that I would be in that range showing that I ovulated, but my my chart just doesn't show it because of my lack of sleep? So I don't know. I'm like super confused just because I obviously don't know when I ovulated now. And as I filmed that last video, I told you guys that the cramping kind of stopped, but it literally like the next day it started back up, and it's been like a weird like pulling and like, I don't know, it's weird. Like I can't really tell you guys what my period cramps feel like because mine are usually like forced like periods. So I can't really say, okay, this is what I usually feel like just before my period or something. But I can say pretty much ever since my positive OP came, maybe even a couple days, like a day or so before, I've had constant, except for that one day that I did the video, I had constant like pulling and pinching and cramping, and not constant, but it's not like I can go a day without it, except that one day. Like, even just this morning I was making the bed and I could feel it pulling, and it's usually on my left side. So once again, that could mean it's just the Femera getting out of my body. It could mean it's the Femera and my body's still trying to ovulate on the left side, but it can't pop out the egg, which is what I'm feeling. Or I actually did ovulate when I thought I did last week, and that the next day it stopped, and now the pulling's starting because I'm working towards AF or maybe a pregnancy. So I'm still nowhere like further than I was last video, but as you can tell, I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm trying to just not focus as much about the temping, but every day, like there's like, every morning I wake up, take my temp. Other days when your temp's low, like your whole day starts out shitty because your temperature is not what you expected it to be. So that kind of, I don't know, it's a struggle literally every day to like, it's such a hot, like up and down, high, low, because I try to pull myself up, I try to be happy, I try to focus on that I could have still ovulated and that I maybe even am pregnant, I don't know. But I'm trying not to get my hopes too high up either, because I don't want to be too disappointed and then fall into like a huge deep hole of misery. So, I don't know, everything kind of just depends on Friday, I guess, with the blood work, which kind of sucks for me because my clinic's closed on Fridays. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video, but my clinic's closed on Fridays. So when I go do the blood work, nobody's gonna tell me anything about it, because I don't think that clinic that I go to actually does it. I think they send it away and then they send the paperwork to my clinic to let me know. But when I go in on Friday, I'm definitely gonna ask if there's like any way, if they find anything out, that they can call me, because like I really, even just let me know what my progesterone levels are so I can figure out whether or not I ovulated. Anything, because obviously Saturday, Sunday, nothing's gonna happen, and then Monday is a holiday here in Alberta. I don't know if it's Canada-wide, but I just know it's in Alberta. So we have the Monday off, which means nobody's gonna be in my clinic again. So the earliest I'm gonna even know anything would be Tuesday. Now, I think I told you guys that my clinic actually doesn't say anything over the phone, and my next appointment isn't scheduled until the 29th. So that would be more waiting, like literally another almost 2 weeks to find out what happened. Yeah, so it's, oh, I'm just, like, I'm really hoping that before, like, I'm planning, okay, I gotta get my thoughts together. So by what I think, if I ovulated, I think it happened last week, Tuesday or Wednesday. Just because last time when I got a positive OPK, it happened 2 days after. But because it was the Femera, I'm saying 2 to 3 days after. So that would put me today 6 to 7 DPO if it happened. So, I don't know. Then I was looking at my chart this morning and I noticed that first little spike that I had, like right when the OPK came. So I was like, oh, what if I literally ovulated that day and I just didn't catch it because my egg popped out like before the OPK or like in that morning, and what if that was actually my ovulation day? So that would put me at like 9 DPO or something. So this morning I was like, oh, who cares? I have like the Dollarama. Like, I didn't touch my first response because I don't want to waste them on like a negative, because I know it was going to be a negative. But yeah, so I just took a Dollarama cheapie and I peed on the stick this morning, and obviously white as a wall. But I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to be one of those crazy pee on a stick addicts just because I have nothing else to do. So yeah, as for the temping, what I was mentioning earlier, I'm really at war with myself as to whether or not I want to keep temping, because it is stressing me out. Now, I don't know what's going to stress me out more is the fact that I don't know anything except for positive OPK, or the fact that I have to like wake up early and take my temp and try to go back to sleep, and hope that that works. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do about that, but a lot of you guys suggested that I try to get like monitored next month if nothing happens now, and like if I don't even get AF and I have to start the progesterone again, which I'm definitely going to do. Like, if I didn't ovulate, obviously, and I'm not pregnant and AF doesn't show and I would have to start the progesterone again, I'm going to go to my appointment on the 29th to go see her. Probably just me, because there's no point for Matt to go for me just to tell her to monitor me that month. So I'm going to go in there and then I'm going to be like, okay, so double the dose of Femera like you told me, but it is driving me insane not knowing. So I would appreciate like an ultrasound, maybe two, after I get a positive OPK, just to see if anything actually happened. Because otherwise, like, this is literally driving me crazy. Like I said before, and I know I repeat myself a lot, it's just the waiting is what sucks. Nothing else does, not the testing. Well, the testing does too, but the temping I could get over if everything wasn't just so long for me, and if I knew what was going on with my own body, like whether or not the medication worked, whether or not this is actually happening. I don't know. I'm just like, this month has just been really, really hard on me. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all of us. I woke up a little bit emotional on Mother's Day just because of everything that we're all going through. But I found some videos, and I can't really like perfectly quote it, but basically what they said is that motherhood starts at the day, or like that moment that you decide to conceive your baby. Because motherhood's not just holding a baby in your arms. Motherhood is like love, literally. Like, as soon as you think about that baby, even though it's not born, even though you don't even know anything about it yet, but you're thinking about making that baby and creating that baby, you already have like undescribable love for something that doesn't really exist yet, but that you know you're going to have one day. And that right there is like a mother's love. So the moment that we all decided to start trying, we became mothers, whether we actually have a child or not. So yes, we can all celebrate Mother's Day, and just keep thinking about that one of these Mother's Days we're actually either going to be pregnant or have our child. So I think that like quote right there just kind of made me realize that it's true. Like I do feel that love for the baby that I know I'm gonna have one day, and that motherly instinct. I almost want to say that like you're trying, you're working just as hard for that baby as somebody who has sleepless nights or has a troubled teenager at home or whatever it may be. It's just as much of hard work as they're going through for a baby, a child, a kid, a teenager, whatever you may have or don't have. So, yes, we all can celebrate Mother's Day just like anybody else. And I think that's something that I had to realize as well. And like I said, that quote or that statement kind of made me open my eyes that yes, in a way, I am a mother, and so are all of you ladies. So, we're just taking a little bit longer to get there, which is fine. And whenever it does happen for us, I'm sure we'll appreciate it that much more. And it'll be that much more special to us than somebody who just got lucky and doesn't even know the struggle that some of us have to go through. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't get. That's something that we still have to get used to too, is like standing up for us and standing up for how hard this really is, even though people don't realize it. So, I don't know if any of you guys are going through any of this, like friends, family, or anything that just don't seem to understand, because that's something that I'm still really upset about. But it's just something that I guess we have to get over, and just, I don't know, the best way for me to do it is just cut the people out of my life because they don't deserve to be in it. And that's what I'm going to do. So, I don't know. New topic again, and this seems to be a long video again, and I'm so sorry guys. I'm just really emotional lately. I don't know why, but it's been weird. But I guess like to get back to my whole cycle and stuff, so like I said, I'm around 6 to 7 DPO. If I ovulated, and if I think like I ovulated when I think, then I am 6 to 7 DPO. I can't really say much for symptoms other than like the cramping, pulling, and stuff like that. On Sunday, was it on Sunday? Oh gosh. I think Sunday. I'm just gonna say Sunday. Saturday or Sunday, but probably Sunday. We went to Walmart to get some groceries, and I was walking through Walmart and a cramp hit me out of nowhere. Like, it was crazy. Like, I've never had cramps like that. I literally, like, I had to lean on a shelf and take a minute to breathe. And Matt looked at me, he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, okay, I'm fine, just walk it off. So we walked down the aisle, and then we stopped to get some water, and it started again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get home. Like, I need to sit down. So, we hurried up and got out, but then they kind of stopped, and it went back to the pulling and whatever the hell's going on. So, I don't know what that was. And then, I just literally noticed today, because I started, like, putting some makeup on my face, I was like, this is hard to cover up, and I'm sure you guys can see some. I have horrible breakouts right now, and I don't know where they're coming from. I usually get a little bit of breakouts, like, literally right when, just before AF starts, and then as soon as AF starts, it kind of clears up again. So, I don't know if this means that, like I'm getting close to, AF. But it would be kind of far away, because the last time that I did get AF, it was about a 13, 14 day, like, LP. So, it would be really early to be, like, on 6 or 7 DPO, because I literally have, like, still, like, 6 or 7 days to go. And I've already had the breakouts probably for, like, 3 or 4 days. So, it's been going on a while. and I don't know where it's coming from. It might just be because it's getting warm and my face is sweating more, but it's been like bad. Like, I'm not kidding you. I have like here, like everywhere in my nose, and then I had like some of my cheek, and my chin's really bad, like blackheads and stuff, and I don't know. I need more makeup, but that kind of makes it worse, so maybe not. So I don't know where that came from, and I think that's about it. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. The cramping and then the breakouts. So, just a waiting game, I guess. I am planning to test again, like, more seriously, closer to the weekend, because I know the weekend's gonna be hard for me not knowing what my blood results are. So I'm gonna probably test Friday morning before I go get my blood work done, just to like know whether or not anything shows up. I'm probably gonna test with the cheap or something first. If I think I see that faint line like I usually do, I might pull out one of the first response, but I don't know yet. Other than that, I'm planning to test again then maybe like Sunday or Monday for the long weekend, just to be safe, and then maybe again next week if AF shouldn't have shown by then. My doctor did say that I'm supposed to test like on cycle day 35, and then if nothing happens I can start progesterone on cycle day 35. I guess if nothing shows up by then, she figures I'm not pregnant, and obviously she'll know by my blood work too. So that's what's going on with me. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I promise I'll respond to all you guys' comments because they do mean a lot to me. I shot at them and I saved them on my phone so that when I feel miserable I can read your guys' encouragements. They've been so sweet, and I literally started bawling when I started reading them. It was just overwhelming to see how many actually came in, and I love you guys so much for that, because this is a great community, and this is like a sisterhood, I almost want to say, because we do support each other, because we do literally understand what each and every one of us is going through. Maybe not to an extent of like everybody has the exact same situation or medications and stuff, but in the end we have the same goal and we're struggling to get there. So it's nice to have each other to talk to and to be there for each other, and just to have somebody to listen. I know I love you guys for always watching my videos and supporting me, and I'm sure all of you guys love being supported by others as well. So I'll update you guys on Friday if there's anything new. I might start actually filming the pregnancy test starting Friday, because right now they're just ridiculous. So I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll probably have the part up in the morning when I took my pregnancy test, and then probably when I head to get my blood work done, and then that's it, because I know we most likely won't get any results. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday, and I hope you guys are all doing well. See you then. Bye, guys.